Right, violation May 15th, positive screen for methamphetamine. You understand that charge?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Mr. Fatica?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I've discussed this violation with Mr. Stavis. I anticipate that he's going to accept responsibility for his misconduct, waive the probable cause hearing and final hearing, and address the violation this afternoon.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your plea to the violation?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, sir.
What's your plea to the violation?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. So? What's the story?
Just trying to get back to the normal life, sir. I've been working 6 days a week, busting my butt, and taking care of my parents, and I just want to get back to work.
All right, that ain't what I said. That ain't what I asked you. What's the story? You're here for a violation for using meth again, so what's the story?
I got high again.
Why?
Couldn't tell you. Stupid.
Well, why don't you figure out the answer so you quit coming back here every 3 months?
Yeah, you know,
Where'd you get it?
I really don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know where I even ingested it from, but I'm not going to say it wasn't dirty because it was dirty. Obviously, I did take some. It just wasn't like my normally when I do it.
Well, what do you
So-
normally do?
Normally, I would smoke some meth. If I was going to get high, I would smoke meth.
So how did you happen to get high this time?
I must have either ingested it or eaten it or something, but it was in my system. Doesn't take a lot to be.
You have no idea how that happened?
At this time, no. I've got some guess, but
What's your
I'm
guess?
not denying that it was in my system. I mean, it was in my system, obviously.
What's your guess?
My best guess is this old cooler that I used.
For what?
An old cooler that I used to keep drugs in and stuff like that. I used it a couple of days for work, and then I actually just got a new cooler. I know it sounds crazy.
What was in the cooler?
At the time, I thought nothing, but
Well, I know, you said you had something in the cooler. What was in the cooler?
well, I just threw a bunch of food in it in the morning and some pops and stuff for the day, and went about my day. So it could have been something in the cooler that leftovers from when I was partying. But I'm not saying I didn't do it.
You don't expect me to buy that line of bullshit, do you?
I just
Do
tell
you?
what
Do
I
you
know.
really?
No, I'm just telling you what that's all I know. I didn't
Okay.
go out and smoke
Oh,
meth.
God almighty.
I didn't buy any, I didn't get any, I didn't have it and smoke it. I promise you that. I'm not trying to make it up. Last time I told you I did it, when I did it, I got it from a guy at the IOP. And the time before that, I got it from somebody at work, and I was doing it.
I've never heard that one before. It came out of the cooler.
No, I'm not saying, I did it.
I know you
It's in
did.
my system.
Okay, you just don't want to tell me how you did it.
I didn't smoke it, I must have ingested it. So I ate some, I'll say. I know how it sounds crazy, and I know it sounds like BS, but I don't know what else to tell you. I didn't smoke it intentionally or anything like that, like I normally would. I am trying to get back to a normal life,
You've been in the old life.
and I'm working very hard.
Well, you're coming back here every 3 months for meth.
I understand.
So, what effect did it have on you?
What, the court, or I mean the jail time, or
The meth.
Actually, couldn't tell you because I didn't really feel the effect. It used to get me amped up and Feeling good.
Come on now.
What do you mean by what effect? I'm not understanding the question, sir.
When you were here a few months ago
Mm-hmm.
and you smoked meth, what effect did that have on your perception, on your, on what you were thinking?
I was
Your
actually,
actions?
I was actually upset with myself and
No,
felt.
no, no. I mean, when you smoked the meth, did you get high?
Yes, I used to, yeah.
Okay, so what did you do when you were, how did you feel when you were high?
Just energetic and good. I mean, the last time I did it, when I smoked it, I felt like crap. I felt depressed, I felt ashamed. And that was the first time I'd ever felt shame in my life over doing something that I used to do just for fun, you know? But I did feel shame last time I smoked it.
Okay, when you had the after effects of the cooler, was the feeling the same?
No, because I really didn't feel it.
So you didn't get high at all?
Mm-mm. Not any kind of substantial high, no, that I remember, anyway.
What kind of cooler was it?
Just one of those, like, igloo coolers with there was a bag with like a liner in it.
So in what form did you used to put your meth in the igloo
It
cooler?
had the front zipper part. I'd keep just had some, whenever I was doing drugs, I always had a cooler with me.
In
at
what, a
some point.
liquid form or powder
No,
form?
no, it was
or-
in powder or crystals or whatever, little chunks.
Okay.
But I would always throw stuff in there, in the little zipper part. There's a zipper part in the front to stay dry.
Okay.
That's where I keep cigarettes,
So when
stuff
you,
like that.
when you had the food in there this time in the,
I didn't think anything of it. I just.
well, I know, where did you put that? In the zipper part or in the
Yeah,
cooler
I
part?
threw a couple sandwiches in the zipper part and threw some ice and a couple Pepsis in the cooler part.
Why didn't you put the sandwiches in the cooler part to keep them?
Because then they get soggy. I mean, I only used it for a couple of days because I needed to get a new cooler anyway. It was an old cooler. I just needed something for those couple of days to get through the day because it was warm days. I wanted some pops I was going to be gone all day.
How big is the zipper container?
It's big enough to hold a couple sandwiches and some cigarettes. It's so cool. It's like a bag
I
cooler.
mean, the more this conversation goes on, the less I believe it. I didn't believe it
I
from the start.
don't know what else to say.
So you're a guy that, once again, you're how old now, 53?
53.
53. You didn't start using drugs till you were 47.
When I lost my everything, yeah. I went down
At
the
least
road.
as far as the record shows, which is
Right.
probably a good bet. Okay?
No, I
And
mean,
then-
that was when I started, when I got divorced and then my wife left me after 22 years.
I
I
know, but
spiraled out of control.
it's probably not a situation like you were using since you were 20 until, and
No, I
then
really
all of a
wasn't.
sudden you got caught at 47. You probably weren't using,
wasn't.
otherwise, because you ain't very good at this stuff.
No, I'm terrible at it. I'm the worst criminal.
So you get 4 convictions, all in 19, all in December of 19.
Yeah.
Then you get nothing until February of 24.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this
And
criminal.
so what kind of drugs was that in February of
It
24?
was all meth. Everything was meth.
Okay, so then you get sentenced on that. And September of 24, Then you got a violation, you're here again in, 2 weeks later? Is that what that was, Dave? Like 2 weeks?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, he was sent September
18th,
18th,
right?
And we filed on him October 3rd.
And when was the use from?
He had tested positive
For meth?
first time on a sample he submitted on September 23rd.
Okay, so 5 days after you're sentenced. And then, you come back in November 20th, and I keep you on probation. You did 52 days in jail. So you get out, and then when's the, on the next affidavit, when was the date of the positive test?
That one was submitted on January 16th.
January 16th, so about 9 weeks later, after you get out of jail, you're doing it again. So on February 19th, we'll get that one cleared up. And 3 months later, you're doing it again. Although you're not really doing it again, right? So, what am I supposed to do with you, who just won't quit doing what you're not supposed to do?
Just want to go back to work, sir.
Just want to go back to work.
Just want to work and get my life back.
It's the fourth time I've heard that from you. You just want to get back to work.
I'm working though, I am working.
Yeah, but then you're using meth too.
I understand.
You're working and using meth, working and using meth, working and using meth,
I understand.
and you're in jail.
I understand.
How long have you been sitting in jail this time?
Since Thursday.
So, did you go to that Rosary Hall IOP a long time ago?
Yes, sir.
2 violations ago?
That's when I got violated coming home with, that's when I got high coming home with somebody from there. But I'd be definitely willing to give any IOP another shot. I would love to.
Why? If you just, it was all by accident, why would you need treatment?
I don't know what to say.
You got any suggestions here, Mr. Fatika? Because this is a mystery.
Your Honor, he's been consistent with me, he just wants to get back.
I know he has. He's been consistent here, but he's been consistently lying since I've been in here. So, is this a guy who needs treatment or doesn't need treatment? Because he really hasn't consciously done any meth since November. So he's been meth-free except for the cooler for 8 months, 7 months. So what's the point?
I don't know what you want me to say, sir.
I don't know, say anything you want to say, okay, but, you know, blaming it on the cooler ain't working.
No, I know.
So you got a meth problem or don't you got a meth problem?
I mean, I guess I have a meth problem.
Okay, you guess. So going back to work isn't going to cure the meth problem because you were going to work and using meth and going to work and using meth, right?
Well, I mean, I think I'm able to kick this. I know I am.
No, you're
I just
not.
need to stay busy, and that's what I've been doing. I know it didn't work, but whatever. I'd like another shot to at least prove to myself that I can do this. I'm going to AA. I go to 4 meetings a week of AA. I've been doing that religiously. I got a home group. I enjoy those meetings.
Well, what good are they doing?
They're keeping me focused.
Mr. Tompkins, you have a recommendation?
Judge, at this point, I don't know what's going to help. always IOP, but we haven't used JTP yet.
I mean, I'm a good man, sir. I've had some problems, and
I'm not opining on whether you're a good man or a
I
bad
know,
man,
I
okay?
really,
I'm
need a
saying
chance.
you got a meth problem that you don't think you have, okay? Because
I think I have that, but-
you've only done it like 3 or 4 times, okay? But you
No.
didn't do it this time, okay? And you're telling me all you gotta do is work and stay busy, but you were working and staying busy and still getting high. So that's not accurate either. So it's got nothing to do with you being a good man or a bad man, okay? I'll accept the fact that you're a good man because the only trouble you have is 8 days in December of 19 and this meth shit that started up last fall. That's the only problems you've had. So the question becomes, how do we keep Brian Stavis from coming back here every 3 months? And it ain't by just going to work and staying busy,
I understand.
because it ain't working.
I understand. I mean, I've done NeoCap, I've done all that stuff, which that did help. I mean, I got 2 years clean after that, but I relapsed, and I mean, if there's a treatment you want me to do, I mean, I guess we'll give it a shot. We're looking, I've got a lot of open work to do that I really need to get to, but I mean,
Yeah, well,
I got cabinets, I got a whole woman's kitchen in my garage, getting
yeah,
cabinetry done.
Jesus. Then
Nothing I can do about
you
it.
shouldn't be out there smoking meth.
I get that, I get it.
Where were you going to AA meetings?
I go to a meeting on Wednesday night is at First Presbyterian Church on Route 91 in Mayfield, or Highland Heights. And I go to, my other one is at, there's 2 at Lyndhurst First Baptist Church.
Who's your
One's
sponsor?
Sunday and then one's a Saturday. What's that?
You got a sponsor?
I do not have a sponsor yet, no, but I do have a home
Why
group.
not?
I just haven't found the right person yet.
What, well,
I mean, I'll get
I
one.
mean, were you looking at all because
Yeah.
you were?
Originally I had one, but he just didn't, he's not going to the same meetings as I go to all the time, and he doesn't, I haven't seen him in a while, so I just kind of didn't even mess with him. But I mean, I've been looking at one guy I've been talking to, I'm gonna probably end up making him my sponsor. He's in my home group.
You sound like the kind of guy that's gonna do, and you don't do.
No, I actually have, man, I go 4 meetings a week, so, and I've been enjoying it. My home group is one of my favorite nights of the week. It's Wednesday night. It's a good meeting. It's open book, a lot of conversations. And the guy I've been talking to that I think is he's been sober for 40 years, so. And he's sponsored a lot of people, so hopefully he's willing to take me on. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but I do want to be sober, sir. I want to stay clean. I want to get my life back. I really do.
I would assume so,
I really do.
since you keep ending up in jail.
I promised myself last time that I was never going to be in these again, and I failed. And I let myself down on that, and I don't ever intend on doing it again.
Okay. I would guess that 95% of the people that walk out of here at the end of the hearing never intend on doing this again.
I know. I
And
get it.
of those, probably 90% come back having done it again.
I understand. And I'm one of
So
them.
just wanting to not do it again doesn't mean you're not going to do it again.
I understand.
So it seems to me that these meetings haven't done you a lick of good because you're not utilizing whatever you're supposed to get from them. And you didn't get a sponsor because you just didn't see fit to get a sponsor. That's why you didn't get a sponsor.
Well, I mean, you have to, the program is 12 steps. I'm just starting out on going on the steps. I wanted to get some meetings in. I've talked to people. I've been going. I've been doing extra stuff with them. Wasn't ready to get a sponsor. yet.
Everything you're doing is right on the surface.
Yeah.
The people who are on the surface keep coming back. The
Well,
people
that's
who
what
dig, trying to figure out why they're doing what they're doing, are the ones that are less likely to come back.
I get it. I get it.
I mean, your whole thing now, for the fourth time, is you just want to get out and go to work. That's what you want to do.
But I want
This
to
is the fourth time we've had the same conversation now.
I want to have the program. I want to let the program sink in. I want to get in. I want to submit. I want to surrender myself to the whole program. And I plan on doing. That's what I'm doing. That's my goal.
Okay, that may be. Okay, that may be. That may sound good, but you coming in here and telling me that you got the meth from the sandwich in the cooler.
Listen, I
Tell-
understand.
tell-
No matter what I say, I understand. Doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound good. And there's nothing I can say that's going to change your mind. So I mean,
Where's the cooler right now?
garbage? I threw it away.
Huh?
I threw it away when I bought a new cooler. I needed a new cooler anyway. That thing was old and beat up. I just used it for a couple of days just to get by till I got my paycheck. And then I bought a new cooler and some other extra clothes and another pair of boots.
All right, you're gonna stay on community control. You're gonna serve 50 days with credit for 5. You're gonna get into the jail treatment program at the earliest date possible. Dave, make sure that we check on that, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then follow all the recommendations. If you get in earlier than the 45, then the rest of the time will be suspended. Go into at least 4 AA meetings a week and get a sponsor.
Gotcha.
Stop with the process of getting a sponsor, and let's go with getting a sponsor.
Okay.
Maintain full employment. Dave, anything else?
No, sir.
If you don't get honest with yourself, you're going to keep coming back here. And eventually, you're not going to come back here
I get it.
because if you don't get straight with yourself, then there's only one thing left to do. Anything else, Mr. Fatico?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.